Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2020 with Southport in the Premier League. We are now on the 6th of February. We are still in the relegation zone, and if you missed the last episode, you'll miss the fact that we've actually gone and spent about £40 million in a January transfer window to try and strengthen our squad to try and not get relegated. Today, two matches, Watford and Norwich. The Norwich match is a must-win game if we want to keep our Premier League hopes alive. So in the last episode, we played one and a bit matches. We kind of played the Wolves game. We won against Southampton, the only team that we have beaten twice so far this season. Keith Hall with both the goals. We also beat Carlisle in the FA Cup, setting up a fifth round match against Liverpool, which we won't see. And then we lost 3-2 against Wolves, Craig Rutter scoring twice. But we were very, very close to getting a point there. An 87th minute winner from Perez for Wolves means that we do drop our points. We are 17th place in the table, and as we play Watford today, our brand new signing from Anderlecht will be making his debut, and I'm hoping for an immediate impact. We've played Watford 4 times in all competitions on this save, and I'm pretty sure they were back in the Championship. We haven't played them that many times in cup competitions. We might have played them once in the Cup, twice in the Championship, and then once so far this season. And we've never even drawn. They've beaten us every single time. There was always that time where we will win our first game against Watford. I'm hoping this is going to be it. The starting lineup then for the Watford game, it's going to be Kone in goal, a back five of Gordon, Mendes, Acuna, Bamba and Clifton Miller. It's going to be Butic and Doyle in the middle, Rook Murray, Melkonyan and Keith Hall as our strikers. Melkonyan, if you didn't see him at the end of last episode, this is Rafik Melkonyan, 22 years of age, formerly of Anderlecht, scored a bucket load of goals for Anderlecht, 79 in 130 appearances. I am hoping he can basically carry on doing that. He only scored 9 in 20 so far this season. If we can get another 9 for us, that would be perfect. One thing that I did in January was I signed a few players that aren't even registered in our squad anymore. Callum Wilson is one of them. The young Dutch defender as well. Hold on, Butic has a corner. Bamba is there, and Dramain Bamba's headed effort is just over the bar. The young Dutch defender, something, I can't remember his name, he's also not registered. So the two loanees can't play for us. It's a throw for Latomba. Pullman flicks the head onto O'Brien. Back to Taylor. O'Brien once again in the area. Latomba crosses in. Back post. Is that Leonardo Mercado? That is not, is it? That is not Leonardo Mercado. Okay, it's Rui Mercado. I thought they had Leonardo playing for him then. Another chance possibly going Watford's way. Latomba with lots of space. Plays it on the ground. Cross ball. Bamba gets it clear, but it only goes upwards. Butic wins the flicked head. And now Melkonyan can get past his man. He's going to run straight towards goal. 12 minutes into his debut. He hasn't scored. Of course he hasn't scored. He's got 8 finishing. That's a bright thing. That is a very good thing. That is exactly what I wanted Melkonyan to do. Just steal the ball and run. Just run with it. I'm not too fussed if he doesn't score that many goals. As long as he gets involved and sets up other players, that's good. 5 minutes left of the first half. It's 0-0 currently. We are holding our own. We are definitely holding our own at the moment. If it stays this way, we will also move up to 16th place in the table because Sheffield United are beating Bournemouth. No changes at half-time for us. Watford have themselves a throw. Mercado into Mercado once again. Lots of space. And Rui Mercado has scored against Southport. It's been a long time since we've had a Mercado score in a Southport game. Annoyingly, it's for Watford. But that is a kick in the teeth. That is an absolute kick in the teeth. Because we have been doing well. 8 shots, 7 on target. Just can't get the ball in the back of the net. Watford have managed to get their first goal, and it's not looking particularly promising. Rook Murray's going to have to come off because he's having a shocker. Keith Hall is dropping back to the attacking midfielder. Brian Fearbema will be coming on for Rook Murray. We're not going to do... do we do Acuna off as well? Because he's not having a good game. There we go. Rafael Afonso will also come on. Final 15 minutes. We'll give him a demand more. See if it does anything. Not a lot is really happening here. Let's go positive. 10 minutes left to play. We just need a goal. 5 minutes left to play, and Watford have the ball. Doyle steals it, but doesn't manage to get it far enough away. Kone makes a lovely television save. So we're going to start with the goalkeeper. Ball in his hands. Drops it at his feet. Kick it long. Does kick it long. It doesn't find a single Southport player. We've nicked it back, though. Hall back to Mendes. finds Butic, Mendes again, now Keith Hall playing as that attacking midfielder. Doyle plays it across right-hand side, can't find Clifton Miller, but the header does find Miller instead. He's running forward towards goal. He's ran into a bit of traffic. Butic to Gordon. Gordon's going to get tackled, and now Watford can possibly counter-attack, and if they get their second, this match is over. Omre's in on goal. Kone makes a good save. We had the ball in a very, very good position there and didn't do anything about it. Luis Fernando steps up with the corner. 4 minutes left. Hall heads clear. Taylor's going to collect it. Back to the corner taker. Back post is Ali. Butic has got the ball now after he's been tackled. And now Ganvuola possibly has the ball. It's going to be a 1-0 defeat against Watford, and that's going to be harsh. That is another match where I don't think we deserve to lose that. We deserve to get something out of that game. We just could not score a goal. Passionately, despite the result, I'm pleased. I am pleased with that performance. We are starting to get better. This is good. This is actually good. I know it's a defeat, but it's actually good that we're putting in a decent performance away from home against a mid-table Premier League side. It means when we play somebody like a Bournemouth or a Norwich in a minute, we should be able to basically score 2 or 3 past them and be comfortable. Well, the good news for us, Sheffield United beat Bournemouth, which means they didn't extend their lead on us. We are just 1 point behind 16th place Bournemouth. 15th place Norwich are our next opponents. West Brom, Newcastle, Southampton still behind us, I'm assuming. None of them picked up any points. West Brom won. West Brom won their game, which puts them on 19. Okay, Newcastle lost 5-0 against Wolves. Okay, that's pretty bad. Southampton drew 0-0 with Norwich. Right, next up, we've got Manchester United. I'm going to play that match and we'll return for the Norwich game on the 20th of February. He's played 1 match. He's played 1 match and he's got a hernia and he's out for 3 to 5 weeks. Well, our new signing, our record signing, is not going to play now until probably April. Great. We are back for the Norwich game. We have played Manchester United and we didn't embarrass ourselves. We didn't win. We didn't even draw. We only lost 1-0 and we actually played really well. It was a Bruno Fernandes screamer that basically gave United all 3 points. We were reasonable. Defensively, you can see there, we got 6.9s and 6.8s. Daniel Acuna got 6.5. I was trying something different with him. He was playing as a central defender on cover, which dropped him back a little bit more, which I don't know whether is a good or bad idea. Daniel Acuna, by the way, since we signed him, he's annoyed that we didn't strengthen our squad. So, yeah, he's unhappy. He's lost trust in me. He's unhappy the promise made to him has been broken. The strengthening, Daniel, was you. You were the strengthening that we were doing. Annoyingly, you can't tell him that. Anyway, after the United game, we do still find ourselves 17th place in the table, but it is extremely close. There are, 6 teams, I reckon, in this relegation battle. West Ham, Leicester are just outside of it. So it's Norwich, Bournemouth, ourselves, West Brom, Newcastle and Southampton. And right now, I'd say any one of those 6 teams, or any 3 of those 6 teams, can get relegated. So we need to make sure we beat Norwich. If we beat Norwich, that is the second team this season that we have taken 6 points off of. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful of this. And what makes me even more hopeful is the fact that they are on woeful form. They have drawn with Southampton, lost to Arsenal, Leicester, Man City and Spurs without even scoring a single goal in their last 5. Yes, we have scored some goals. We've actually scored 5, although one of them was against Carlisle. What are Norwich playing? What is that formation? 3 defenders, a defence midfielder, 3 central central in terms of verticality of the pitch, midfielders, then an attacking midfielder, then 2 strikers. What is that formation? I have never seen anything like that. Anyway, we are starting with Karamoko, Kone in goal, Gordon, Mendes, Acuna, Leal and Clifton Miller as the back 5. Butic and Doyle will be the central midfielders with Keith Hall, Craig Rutter and Brian Fearbema as our strikers. As I mentioned earlier, our new signing is out now until probably end of March, maybe start of April time. So yeah, Fearbema's going to need to start scoring some goals. I'm wondering whether we can try and be clever, which I know is a stretch for me, but I'm wondering if we can try and be clever and try and utilise the flanks that Norwich are clearly just leaving wide open. The throw from Alphonso Davies gets the ball back. We're a minute on the clock. Clifton Miller with a great slide tackle, but Norwich still have the ball. Roma just walks his way through our team, literally walks his way through our team. Kone has the ball in his hand. Newcastle are also beating Manchester City, I've just seen, after 1 minute, which is not ideal. This highlight is carrying on. which is also not ideal. Doyle doesn't win the ball. Fernandez has it on the right-hand side. He's going to run straight into the penalty area, goes for a placed shot straight into the hands of Karamoko Kone. The highlight does end. So yes, Newcastle beating Man City puts them on to 21 points. Roma's free kick. Mladenovic is possibly his name. Leao gets the ball clear to himself, which is quite clever. It's still 0-0. I don't think this is working against Norwich. I do not think this is working against Norwich at all. We might need, early on, to change things up a bit. And I don't know whether changing it to this is the best idea, but this is what we're going to try. That's not the one we want either. That's the one that we want. Right, do we have a central defender who can play as the deep-lying playmaker? We can do that. I don't want to do any subs if I can help it. So, no, we'll keep it that way round. We'll swap you two over. There we go. Right, that's what we're going to go for. Hopefully having those wingers means that we can utilise the fact they don't have any form of defensive, fullbacks at all. This is where we get beaten 6 or 7-0 because they've suddenly can overload us up front. It's another free kick for Norwich. It's towards the back. Mendes heads clear, but nobody's there to collect it. Mladenovic, sure, gets the ball. Iwu all the way back to the goalkeeper, who's eventually going to possibly get the ball. He does get the ball. He's well outside of his goal, so if we can close him down and nick the ball away, we've got an open net. It's upfield. Todd Cantwell runs forward, finds Bradshaw, runs towards goal, tries to dink it over Kone, who rushed out of his goal for some reason, concedes the corner instead. Cantwell has gone over to take it for Norwich. It's towards the back post, header clear. Doyle collects it. He can run now down that right-hand side. He's only got one option in front of him. He's going to keep going down the right-hand side. Gets tackled by Alphonso Davies. Wins himself a throw. 5 minutes left to play off the first half. We don't get to see the throw, and it's probably going to be 0-0 at half-time. Kone with a goal kick. Free kick even. Acuna back to Kone. Upfield, Fearbema flicks the head on, but doesn't find a single Southport shirt. And this is not working. Nothing's working. We might need to go back to the 5 at the back. Fernandez in the middle to Roma. Roma takes a touch and can pass it across left-hand side. What are you doing? What are you doing, Leao? Into the penalty. Oh, Paul Leao. Paul Leao, what are you doing? Why did you push him up? It's definitely a penalty. You don't need to consult VAR. Come on, Karamoko. Come on, Karamoko Kone. Number 14, Todd Cantwell steps up. Karamoko Kone in goal. Yes, Karamoko. He saves Paul Leao. Leao then kicks it off for a throw. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time. And we are extremely lucky. We are playing so badly right now that we deserve absolutely nothing from this game. You're getting an angry. I am not happy with your performance. We're also going to go tactics. Do we go back to this? Is this a good idea? Do we go back to that? I mean, Paul Leao's coming off because it's just garbage. We're going to do Milosevic on. Going to move you to there. Milosevic, obviously, he's not a central defender, but he is 6'5" and bloody massive. So I'm hoping he can do a decent enough job there. Do we keep Fearbema and Rutter on? Tommy Doyle's having a shocker as well. We'll just stick with that for the moment. Great, now Gordon's injured. That's perfect. We're going to have to do Matheson on. We don't have Spadera on the bench. I don't really know why I didn't put Spadera on the bench. Probably should have done. Right, we're going to go positive. I think that's a bad idea, but we're going to go positive. Clifton Miller with a throw. Finds Rutter. No, he doesn't find Rutter. How did you not find Rutter? Doyle to Butic. Over the top. Rutter was well offside. It's Matheson into the area. And Luke Matheson, the substitute left back, has made it 1-0 against Norwich. 65 minutes on the clock. His first ever goal for the club. Do we shut up shop? Do we shut up shop? Or do we try and get a second goal? We're going to hold out. We're going to hold out for a little bit. I'm going to do my final substitution around 80 minutes. And it's going to be a striker, probably for a central midfielder. Roma with a free kick for Norwich. Towards the back. Mendes gets the ball clear. Acuna finds Butic. And now Brian Fearbema can run. It's 2-on-1. Rutter. He's got no one in front of him other than the goal. Rutter goes for goal. He's hit the post. He's hit the bloody post. We should be 2-0 up. Well, that's made my decision. Rutter is coming off. Zlot Miske is going to come on. He's going to slot into midfield. He's going to be a deep-lying playmaker, box-to-box, roaming... That one. Sure, roaming playmaker. Fearbema can move into the middle. He's not very good as any of those, is he? Give me a pressing forward. There we go. We're just going to try and hold on and see if we can steal another 3 points. This will put us up to 15th place in the Premier League. 15th place in the Premier League. James with a free kick. 2 minutes of normal time to play. Kone comes out comfortably and confidently claiming that ball. on his 6-yard box, kicks it low and hard upfield, doesn't find a single Southport player because there's nobody up there. Number 6 is closing down though. It's upfield. It's Colwell. Forward on the left-hand side is James. He's going to get past Miller. Miller's going to get himself sent off, but I really don't care. That is a very clever and sensible tactical sending off there. I'm happy with that. We need to probably drop another player back to fill the gap. Right, that's what we're going to go for. So Doyle was going to fill in at right back. I'm going to stick him as a wing back on support. Matheson also can go to a wing back on support. Hall is dropped into central midfield. We just need to see out the clock. 6 minutes of injury time. Just hopefully nothing happens. Hopefully nothing happens at all. We steal another 3 points. This is very similar to the Southampton game. The full-time whistle goes. 3 more points in the bag. Luke Matheson, of all players, the super sub with the winning goal. Karamoko Kone saving a penalty as well. Everything seemed to go our way in that match, apart from everything in terms of match stats. Passionately, people had us written off. Great result today, lads. Well done. Up to 15th place in the league. I cannot believe this. I really cannot believe this. Do you know what's really more annoying? What's more annoying? Obviously, we beat Norwich, but Bournemouth picked up a point. West Brom and Southampton played each other, so they both picked up a point. Actually, that's pretty decent. I think Newcastle also picked up a point. So actually, that's perfect. Out of everyone in the bottom 6 seemed to be playing each other, apart from Bournemouth and Newcastle, and we were the only ones to pick up 2 extra points over everybody else. We're the only team down there to win a game. We've moved up to 15th place. We need to keep looking upwards rather than down, I think. 6 points behind Leicester, 6 points behind West Ham. Lewis Gordon's out for 3 to 4 weeks. That's not ideal. Clifton Miller's suspended, which is expected because he got a red card. Next episode then, it's Bournemouth. It has to be Bournemouth, and then it might be Leicester or Fulham. It's going to be one of those two. It's probably going to be Leicester, I think, because those are one of the teams down the wrong end of the table. We have a very difficult run until the end of the season. Fulham is a winnable game, I'd say. Arsenal is certainly not. West Brom, huge match. West Ham is a huge match. Newcastle was a huge match. Everton and then Spurs. We have to assume we're going to lose the final 2 games of the season, but we've definitely got some very big games still to play. The West Brom Newcastle episode, which is going to be not the one next episode, the one after, that's going to be huge. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2020 with Southport. We're doing alright. We're kind of surviving. By the skin of our teeth, but we're kind of surviving. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. If you're new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with more Football Manager, and I will see you later.